Okay. You
Got it.
heard that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one, I should have told you to be prepared for this and I didn't, and I'm sorry, but so I'm just gonna demo it. I just have to find my chair. Give me 2 seconds. So
Okay.
this is one that, this is a really foundational one for pronation. And like, and I definitely see things in your pelvis, and I don't know if it's just because you're so mobile or if they're really blind spots or if there is probably a connection to the foot as well. But so this is going to be for your supinated foot. I have these are just marbles and beach glass.
I pronate. I don't supinate. I pronate.
Oh, sorry, I meant to say pronate. I meant to say
Okay.
pronate.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, we're on the same page. I just get
Okay.
it backwards sometimes. So I'm going to pretend that my right foot is, or actually, what foot is it yours? Is it your left foot?
Right.
Tony?
It is my right.
It is your right. Okay. So I would take these, can you see?
Yes.
So you're not prepared for this. So I'm just going to show it to you and you can practice this on your own. You're on the beach, right? You can go get a bunch of beach stones and shells and stuff like this.
Right.
So,
Yes.
so I'm going to take my right foot that needs to pronate and I'm going to pick up these stones because this is going to strengthen all of this. So, and I'm a little bit far away. You can do this standing, you can do it sitting.
How many times a day do you recommend that one?
If you did everything that I'm going to give you, if you did it every day for like 3 weeks, I would expect you to notice a difference. So that's the first one. And it's really like, it's part of crossing that foot over and then bringing it over and dumping it in. Get different size things, try and grab it with all your toes, try to grab it with the first 2 toes, like just kind of mix that up a little bit. So that'll be the first.
So one set or
well,
one
it
set
depends
a day?
on, like, I probably have 25 marbles and stones and pieces of glass. So yeah, like I would get like a good size container with 25 or something like that and do that at least once a day. Once in the morning, once at night would be awesome. Okay, just let me pick this up and then the other ones we can get you moving. Do you have a tennis ball and resistant bands and stuff like that? Oh no, you froze. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I can still see you, but I can't hear you. Oh, you're back. Okay. Oh,
okay, yeah, the internet froze. Summer just stuck her head out too and said hers frozen, but now says the internet connection is unstable, but what can we do? I'm in Costa Rica. We do the best we can.
Okay, so did you get that? Like 25 stones, doing it once or twice a day, morning and night would be awesome. Yeah, and you can do it sitting or standing. If you're doing it standing, so I'm standing on my left leg. Here, let me back you up so you can get to see a little bit more. So you know the pelvic list in the program when we really draw in to support this leg? It's in stage core 2. Ah, shit, you froze again.
Do the entire restore your stores.
Sorry, what's that? You froze again. What's that? You've done the whole program?
I am going to go back and do the entire program again, but I wanted to meet with you and see where I'm going teacher training before I did that. So yeah, but I will, but I'm paying attention. I'm a good listener.
Okay, good. It just keeps freezing. So when doing that exercise standing, use that pelvic list to really support the left side of the leg. Because you know that one, and we do it on the half round roller, but we're really activating the supporting leg muscles, not the back here. Do you know what I mean? And then you would, so then you could even play with that. Like, yeah, and I can see you're a little bit unstable there.
Yeah, I have terrible balance. I'm so flexible, like I could put my foot over my head, but I don't have balance. So
yeah, so for you, working on strength is going to be huge. So yeah, so even if you stood by a wall to encourage, just to give you that a little bit more support so that you could be incredibly stable and nothing else is moving except for picking up, like it's a small movement, and then you would pick up the marble on one side and drop it off. So you're going to cross the leg to pick it up and then drop it in the bin on the other side.
Got it.
But
Thank you.
See, because I'm supporting my body, like I'm already actually feeling fatigued on this leg, and you might not be feeling that, and that's okay. But using a wall or a chair, something to stabilize you just a little bit. So, and you can, it's not about balance at first, that will come, but if you can just
Okay,
find a way
good.
to feel really supported in it, yeah, balance will come for sure.
Hey, I want to just go outside. I know we only have 30 minutes, but this is important. What made me change my mind is yesterday I saw a girl. Okay, I'm 49. The girl's maybe 51. I said, "What happened to your leg, Tina?" She said, "Lisa, a horse landed on my foot many years ago and I had a fracture." She was getting out of her car. All she did was bend, and by doing that, she broke her entire leg up here.
Oh my
So
goodness.
what I thought of is I have the fractured foot too. So let's get that baby strong. So
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know, yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
this is
Yeah,
perfect.
and
Thank
because
you.
I do see, like if you go back and look at your pictures, and I don't know if you've seen this, but the calf on that right foot is, or right leg is considerably smaller than the
Oh, I
calf
did
on
not
the
know
left.
that. Okay.
And so that shows me that you're not activating, you're not using the muscles in there. So, okay, let's get you standing, and this is one that you can do. Again, so,
Can you see me?
Yeah, yeah. See, and
Okay.
even there, can you see yourself? Like I can see. It's hard.
Should I see you or me? I've got you big and me little.
Do you know what? I'm recording it. Just let me double check. When I record it, you're going to see both of us.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter, because really more you need to sense what's going on in your body more than you need to see me. So
Okay.
or whether more than you need to see it, you need to feel it.
Okay.
So first thing I want you to do is get you standing. And first, I just want you to rock back and forth, like rock onto your toes, rock onto your heels, and just get a sense of what that feels like. Do you know, give me 2 seconds. I think I can make my, oh, sorry, wrong one. My video should be wider. I need to fix it. And then you can see more of me. Hang on, it's opening. Got it. Oh, I see it updated. Updates are the worst. There we go. You can see more of me now. That's why we're having an issue. Yeah. That's better. So, so first thing is just moving your weight, and it's a subtle movement. Just moving your weight to the toes, to the heels, and kind of, can you rest to feel more weight in the heels? And again, we're looking for that outside of the heel, right? So to get you into that pronation, but don't force it yet.
I have my toes lifted and I'm on my heels. I've been working on that lately for like the last year, using my heels. And I've noticed my butt's gotten bigger since I've been using my heels.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah, and strengthening that entire back chain is going to help with everything. So now you're weight in your heels. What I want you to do is twist to the right. Like just from the shoulders. So just twist to the right and then come back to center. And now go twist to the right again. Now stay there and look at your right foot. Is it supinating? Like, is there an arch there on the right foot?
Yes, in the moment, yeah.
Okay, so I want you to come back to center, but I want you to maintain that supination.
Okay, and it's minute, but it's there. It's absolutely there.
And that's awesome. So that we know you've got the ability to go in that range. You're not working in it. Your body's choosing that collapsing. Okay, so now you've got that sense. Do that one more time. Get into that supination. And then slowly unwind, resisting the urge to collapse into that right foot. And you froze again. Hang on, I'm just going to wait for you to move or to hear you. I'm still here if you're there. Oh. Okay, Lisa, I've just messaged you on the portal on Restore Your Core to see if you can join again. I'm going to continue on kind of teaching what I want you to do, and hopefully you're able to join back in. So where we were going with this was is starting getting that weight into the heels, feeling balanced, feeling like you're stacked, like your pelvis is on top of your ankles, your rib cage is on top of your pelvis, and your skull's on top of that. And then just start by rotating and noticing that that right foot goes into supination. And then as you kind of slowly unwind that body, it's really resist going into pronation, because like you're going to want to kind of collapse into that. And I actually tend to be a supinator anyway, so I can't demo it. Am I having focus issues? Oh, I see you there. Hang on. Internet modem is resetting itself. Okay, I'm going to continue. So you're going to want to collapse into that arch. So just whatever you can to kind of maintain that. And so after you've done that rotation, you bring yourself back, you're really feeling the arch of that foot, whatever you can get. And then I want you going into a squat, and it's a small baby squat, really working on keeping those knees wide apart, which will also force you into a bit of a supination, pronation, supination. Sorry, it's terrible, it gets confusing. And so just that would be the beginning of it, is working from there. One thing you can do to add to this is if you have those small resistance bands, hang on, let me find mine. I might have had them out. This is my tickle trunk with all my toys. There they are. These kind of resist. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hi.
Okay, the internet works great. Just today it's strange. Okay.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, I was kind of continuing on there for a little bit, but I'll tell you where
See it on the recording, right?
Perfect. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. I'm fine with that.
Do you have any of these bands?
Yep.
Ooh, this is a new one. I realize my bands have I've got another set that I use all the time, and they're like, they don't have any tension left in them. I'm not getting very much work. So I can't see you still. Are you able to?
Okay, let me figure out why. Hold on.
I asked to start video. I just sent you a message. I don't know.
Start my video. Did that work?
Yes, there you are. Awesome.
Okay. Now I don't even see a mini me. It just says talking. Okay, whatever. Okay.
Okay, it might come. All right. So where we were, I was continuing on in that video, but so we go into that rotation right, feeling that foot go into supination, and then like slowly rotate back. Like don't just come right back, because you'll go into that pronation. It's just like kind of slowly unwind that body, being really conscious of maintaining whatever arch you can get in that right foot. We'll use the bands in a second. But from here, I just want you to go into the smallest squat, keeping your knees wide apart. So really working on driving those knees apart and squatting just a little bit. So I'll show you how small the squat is that I'm doing.
Okay.
Is I'm just ever so slightly pushing my knees over my toes, but really working on keeping that tension of my knees
Okay.
apart. And now what's happening in your foot? You might even feel like a little bit of cramping, and you might not. You might not have a bunch of it's just kind of a lack of sensation and those neural pathways, just because it's not an area of the body that you've really been working at all. Like there's either two things: you won't feel it at all, or it'll fatigue very quickly.
But where will I fatigue? In my ankle or in my legs or?
Like I would love it if you were feeling something. So do you know what? I want you to come back a feet hip distance apart. You've gone into a wider squat, hip distance
Okay.
apart. Yeah. So like this is micro movements. Like these are correctives.
Okay.
This is it. And now really getting a sense of maintaining that arch in that foot. Yeah, and small. And you know what? Don't even worry about the upper body so much. Think about keeping the upper body tall, and you're just driving the knees forward. So it's like,
Yeah, it is awkward because I'm not used to doing it with the
100%.
arch. Yeah, I feel it a little bit in the knee. Yeah, it's a little awkward. Yeah.
Okay, so feeling it in the knee and stuff like that. So I don't do too much like this. You could probably do that 5 times to start.
Okay.
Twice a day, do it 5 times. And again, it's small. And do you know what? I highly recommend you do it in front of a mirror to really get a sense of what's happening in your body. So starting with that rotation, coming forward, maintaining that, and then as if my back was against a wall, like I would still be connecting my spine to the wall, like I'm not hinging forward at all,
Okay.
and just keeping those knees really wide apart. And can you get that booty back and kind of keep the weight in the heel still too? Small. So yeah, it's not a coming forward at all. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
a
hard,
bend.
huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's very hard. So yeah, like you can even do that a few more times throughout the day, but I wouldn't do too many at one time.
Okay.
And with these correctives, oftentimes the smaller and more precise the movement is like you don't want to go too far, especially for someone where you have the ability to make kind of any shape with your body, but there's also a lack of control in those shapes, I think. So we want you really controlling your movement as you do these correctives, if that makes sense.
Okay. So how many of these then?
Try with 5.
Okay.
Um, and I would just do 5, but do it 3 times throughout the day. And then in 3 days, try doing 3 reps of 5 3 times throughout the day, or just morning and night or something like that.
Okay. And
I
I'm
think,
basically I'm putting the arch in there, and then I'm just basically barely going down.
yeah, just those knees coming forward. It's more from the knees than the hips almost. And then really
Oh, wow, it's even hard to bend the knee with the arch in the foot. How weird.
yes.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And
Got it.
move slow, like you're moving through molasses. And then the next thing you would do to progress that is you would add tension, and you're not there yet. I'm just giving you some place to go with this, is to then you would do that, get that arch, and then I'm using the strap around my knees to really bring more awareness and keeping those knees honest, and that they're staying out, and I'm maintaining that arch in my foot.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the same thing, but with the strap.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Like that would level up. So I would give that a couple weeks. And you just need a really light band. Like I think yellow is my lightest. Like it's not about the resistance. It's more about brain patterning and keeping your knee. Oh, we've lost you again. You're keeping your knees honest, because you might not be aware that they're trying to draw in. Shoot. Okay, I'm going to keep going with my next thing I was going to give you. I'll break it down again when you come back on, but then it'll give you something to work with. So this was actually in the foot webinar too that Lauren did, and hopefully you remember. You've got a tennis ball or pinky balls, or these are yoga tune-up balls, and from here, just going up onto your toes and really, really, really squeezing that ball. Okay, you're gone again. I'm hoping you're coming back. So really squeezing that ball between the ankles, and start with the weight in the heels and coming up on the toes, and not going into that as if you were wearing a high heel and really coming up and just collapsing. Because for a lot of people, especially flexible people, it's actually easier, and you can just balance on your tippy toes. So I want you to maintain tension through the bottom of your feet and just don't collapse into that end range. So doing the heel raises, really squishing your heels together on that ball. Like I said, like I can come up really high, and for me, I get a lot of sensation because I tend to be more tight in the body. But for you, it's like come up 3/4, I would say, and you can kind of hover there for a second and then come down slow and controlled. Don't just collapse into it. And you can even work with coming up to the count of 5. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you could stay at the top or at 3/4 for 5. So I'm already fatigued. And then coming down. And again, like if bounce is an issue, come to a wall or a chair or something to support you, and then come down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And depending on how your body reacts to that, you could do 3 sets of 5 reps twice a day for that one. And then you can add on with this, and we can actually add on with the squat as well. So as you come up, and be mindful of where the weight is as you come up off the heels, and are you just collapsing into the ball of the big toe, like right here? Can you bring some weight to the base of the baby toe as well? You're not just rolling in that way, you're drawing the heels together, and it'll put more weight into the pinky side of the foot. And from here, let me go sideways, you can do, oh, there, you're back.
Okay. I just left you a message saying they must be working in my
Oh, you were there for a
zone.
second.
My internet's normally great. The video, so we can move on, and then I can just do the video afterwards too.
Okay, do you know, I'm going to show, I was in the middle of explaining one more exercise. I'll do it to you. I'll show you again anyways, and then we can do more later if you want. Okay. So do you have a ball? I still can't see you. Hang on.
I do have a ball,
ask to start video.
Summer, you didn't take my little red ball, did you? Ah! I have one. One moment.
Okay. There's some in my office too, Hal.
Well, where's my ball?
Even if you had a pair of socks or something,
and I'll just do it with my ball when I find it, because here it is.
Oh,
okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, and you just
start my video.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Got it.
Lauren did do this in the webinar too. So you'd be familiar with it. Is putting the ball between the ankles. Sorry, between the heels.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was going to ask that question. Okay.
Yeah, between the heels. So it's like it's actually resting on the floor right now. And then from here, going onto your tiptoes. But like, again, for you, you've got a lot of mobility. Like, don't pop up as high as you can. I want it to be like really slow, and as if like you're like one of those marionette dolls and somebody's pulling a string up the, and it's just raising you up, but do it slowly, like do it to the count of 5 to come up. And then don't go right to as high as you can. Come to about 3/4 of max and then count there for 5. And then go down for the count of 5.
Okay.
And then we're going to add on, like for me, like I'm already feeling my back chain working in this. So really drawing those heels in, squishing that ball, coming up for the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hovering here, squishing the ball together, and notice where is the weight in the ball of your foot. Is it more on the base of the big toe? Can you get it to move more into the base of the baby toe, like the ball,
The
not the
weight.
itself, the arch?
You want
or
my
the-
weight on the baby toe or in
the
all of
ball. I want it'll be on the base of the big toe too. Like I'm talking about, like not the toes themselves, but
them? Uh-huh.
the ball of the foot. And notice if you're really trying to put all your weight onto the big toe ball, can you get it on the baby toe ball?
Okay.
And the more you squish the heel will help get it more into the baby foot. Ooh, I am like so fatigued from that already. So that would be the other exercise that I would give you. You could do it. I think you could do that one 5 times, 5 times with 3 reps, and do that twice a day too.
Okay.
And like if you're gonna go for a walk or something like that, and what do you probably wear flip-flops all the time because you live in Costa Rica?
I do have tennis shoes with orthotics. And I know Lauren speaks badly about orthotics. One foot is completely flat. The other one has a arch, but I have orthotics for both. So if I go for a walk or something, I always use my tennis shoes with orthotics.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no, and orthotics, like some people need them. And but you also might find as you strengthen the bottom of the foot that you need them less. But you probably spend a lot of time in the home barefoot though too, right? So
I do a lot.
yeah.
I rent houses, I work from home, so I'm pretty much always home. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but you can do things. So other things to look for. So those are the 3 exercises, 3 correctives that I want you to work
Okay.
with. And I would do them like every day for 3 weeks. And then we can, like all of those can be progressed to more challenging. And there's other exercises as well. But what I would say though is when you're doing Restore Your Core is your body's going to want to collapse into that arch all the time. Anytime you're on your feet, the lunges, things like that. So be mindful of that. And can you do that rotation and bring that arch back into the foot, try and maintain it, and then go into that lunge? Because, and I could see how unstable you were doing the lunges. I would also recommend, do you watch the tutorials at all as you go through?
I just started doing it all. Yeah. And I think in step 1, I've watched all the tutorials again, and I feel like she changed them, that they're better than they were in 2017. Did she do like a cleanup or something?
She's added things. She's added things. So there's
I remember like with the candles and the up arrows, I was like, what's that? Now she explains what that is. So something changed.
Yeah. Oh, this program has always been, it's always evolving, and I love that about her. She's it's always getting better. There's always more resources, but for people coming in now, they're completely overwhelmed by all the material and they don't know what to do, and it stops them in their tracks. But having the patience to go through it again is awesome. And especially if you're considering the teacher training, like I trained 3.5 years ago, I still watch the tutorials and the foundations to remind myself. And
well,
yeah. Oh, shoot.
Oh, okay. With the training, there's still plenty of time. Now you're frozen.
No, you're back. You're back. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. Is the internet connected?
So sorry, what did you say?
How time consuming is the teacher training? I wonder if I'll still be, I'm a single mom. I still got to work too,
Yeah, I would say maximum would be about 6 to 7 hours a week. But, oh, I've lost you again, but I'm gonna continue talking. Most of that is on your own time. Okay, you're back again. Did you hear that?
Yeah, no, it froze.
Okay, I'd say probably 6 to 7 hours a week at max, but
Uh-huh.
most of that is on your own time, and you could do it in half-hour kind of segments kind of thing, so it's not super time consuming. Um, but everything's recorded, so you can go back and watch it again and again. Like I said, like I watch things again that I studied 3 years ago just because there's so much information. And like for you wanting to work on feet, I've never worked online with people with their feet. So I went and reviewed all my pronation stuff so that I made sure that, because the tools are there, I just haven't applied them really in
Right.
this form. Um, but yeah, for yourself to like, I told Lauren many times, it's like she handed me the owner's manual to my body, right? Like it was just, it's been such a gift. Restore Your Core itself, and then the teacher training, and just action it's given to my body, the confidence it's given me in my body, knowing when
Really?
oh my God.
And you have no more pain?
I still have things that happen with my shoulders because they're hard. Shoulders are hard to work on your own. And actually she's actually removed the shoulder module from the teacher training, but she's going to now add it on as an additional
You're a
one.
chiropractor, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I am just a Restore Your Core teacher. I'm therapeutic yoga too. That's all I do.
Oh, because I see it.
Because I'm super nerdy about the body. I lost you again, Lisa.
All this stuff, you're okay. I know she's great, but sometimes we need a back. Is there like something I could read about her for her history?
So sorry, you totally cut out for all of that. One more time.
If Lauren is going to be my teacher and she's your teacher, who is Lauren? Where did her studying come from? Was she in pain like we were and she learned?
Yes. So she, in her early 20s, she's a very flexible body. She was a yoga teacher. She was doing Ashtanga yoga, like really intense yoga, and she herniated 3 discs in her back and was essentially bedbound for a year, but spent a year rolling around. They told her surgery was the only option. You'll never heal. And her dad had actually had a back surgery that had failed years prior to that. So she was really hesitant about the surgery. And she spent a year rolling around on her mat and healed herself.
Wow.
And so that's actually the essence of Restore Your Core. Like that's kind of the roots of it. Since then, she has trained with the most amazing trainers in the world. Some of them are still training today. Some have retired or passed on, but she has got such a wealth of knowledge. Like I still feel like I've only scratched the surface. She's like Amy Matthews, Leslie Kazmanoff, Tom Myers, Madeline Black. Like there's just the list of the people that she trained with is just unbelievable. And so she's kind of cherry picked all these modalities and brought it to us. And I have to say, like being a Restore Your Core teacher, like the training is so much more than that. It's a whole body training. It's not just about this, what she teaches in Restore Your Core. It's so much more. And sometimes I find it hard to, I feel like the Restore Your Core name, it's a little confining because I offer so much more, right? Like we're working on your ankles today or your
right,
feet,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like I won't say a bad thing about the training. And the other part that you don't get anywhere else is her ongoing support. Like you can message as a teacher, you can message Lauren whenever you want, and she's there to help you. We get coaching calls every other month. We've got the teachers group. So there's the Facebook community, there's one for the teachers, and we all support each other in there. Like, oh, I've got this client, I don't know what to do. How can I help them? Or I've got this question. And it's just that ongoing support is not available in any other training that I'm aware
So you went into this just like me. You were in pain and you're like, I'm going to do this to learn about me. And then you decided to become a teacher.
Yeah.
Perhaps I could do the same thing or, I don't know. But right now,
100%.
okay, at least I'm going in knowing that I'm not going in wasting money because I'm not sure that I will be I've always been more the student than the teacher, right? But
well, and I'm still a student. I love nothing more than to be led in a class. I'm, do you know what? I'm always a student. I like there is no end to this work. Like I will. Lauren is still a student. Lauren is still working with people. Like this, it's just kind of endless, and I actually kind of love that about it. Like I can be learning this in my 90s, right?
Yeah.
There's just another level to it, and yeah.
I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. And then maybe with you, what would you like me to do this stuff for 3 weeks and then you and I have another meeting in 3 weeks?
Sure, if you want to do that. And I can, I'm gonna also send, do you know, I'm gonna stop recording now because you don't really need
Okay.
this.
And